Hi, I'm Lorenzo. I'm Italian, and I work for, I'm an entrepreneur in two companies. One is called Zen Pasta, and the other one is called Sake Company. And it's my wife. Go ahead.
My name is Yuko. I'm from Japan, and I work with my husband. Also, same for two companies together.
For me, of course, I love it. I decided to be a remote worker. I started planning for being a remote worker about 9 years ago, and then it took about 3-4 years to actually do it because I was working as an engineer before. I managed to find a way to start a company, and then, of course, with Yuko. And we love it. We love the idea of working remotely from wherever we want. That was the dream. No, I don't think it's only for techies. I am in a sense a techie, but there is a technical part to the work I do. But in general, we are mainly entrepreneurs. So we started a company, but we outsource a lot of the things we need to many different people. Some of them also remote workers. Some of them are normal companies, brick and mortar companies. So you can find techies, you can find anything. I think that can be done remotely. I would say starting a company was a whole new thing because we both have never been entrepreneurs before, so there were a lot of things challenges related to starting a new company and making it successful. But specifically in terms of being digital nomads and remote workers, the most difficult part was to go from an environment, going to an office where you know that you're going there, that there's a certain time that you have to do these things, and basically you have a schedule to your day, to having the day completely open to you. And so you do need to, initially we thought, oh, it's so nice that we can do whatever we want, whenever we want. We go to the beach, we don't want to work with this right now, and we work later, or we work earlier and we go to the beach later. But sometimes too much freedom is too much. So we even, at one point, we realized that we were always working while in the middle of doing other things and taking care of the kids, and at the same time typing on the computer. And we realized that also a little bit of structure is beneficial. It's awesome, it's good to have all the freedom you want, but inside that freedom, for us, it's been important to find our rhythm, to find a certain rhythm throughout the day, otherwise it becomes too complicated and too messy.
Because we have been living in different countries already, and we liked this idea that moving to different countries and then not just visiting, also living. And then we thought about it, and also when we were moving around the country to country, the moving was very difficult. Basically packing all the things and then unpack to different places. And so we got this idea of living on a boat. And then since living on a boat, easier to move around, and we are enjoying this freedom.
And also more fun to move around by sailing to the next place and slowly moving, visiting every single stop along the way. So yeah, I would say freedom and fun of a more interesting life. Well, for us, I would say as I mentioned, starting a new company, it's been, of course, a challenge, a new thing. For us, we were inspired by a book called The 4 Hours Work Week that gave us some steps on how to get there. So we read the book, we thought it was interesting, it was a little bit too optimistic and makes everything seem easy, but you have to take it with a bit of a grain of salt, I would say, but following those steps have been quite possible, and so it's realistic. It's not as out there and as dreamland as one would actually imagine. It's possible. We did it, and it's successful.
I absolutely think so, because this is a new idea. And then now, because of the internet, people can work remotely anywhere from any. And then the world got smaller, and it's so nice to live in different countries, so that not just working from a different place, but also they can learn, we can learn a new culture and then interact with new people. I think I've been gaining my experiences from that, and I'm very happy about it. And I really hope that the new generations, they can go to different countries and then work that from different places. I think it will be very nice. Well, if we have a Wi-Fi, internet, and a computer and phone, we can work from anywhere. So sometimes, okay, if we want to change a place, then we just go to a beach and work from there. I have even worked top of Payday too. They have a nice Wi-Fi too, so we can work anywhere.
Yeah, sure. We've been working while sailing sometimes, even though it's, it can be a bit more stressful, but it's possible. So basically, for us, strictly an internet connection that's reasonably good, and now even with the phone, I mean, many places, if we go to a place where the local Wi-Fi is not that good, phone and then hotspot with the computers, and we just work anywhere. With these three things, internet, phone, and computer, we do everything. Yeah, of course, it's good to have advice, to have somebody that guides you. In our case, as I said earlier, we had some advice on how to start a company, but also for freelance. I think there's a lot of online resources for freelance to have ideas and to look for what to do and things like that. So yeah, of course, advice is important.
So.
And also advice from other digital nomads. I think the idea of community, that in some places, in some islands, and Tenerife in particular, is definitely very developed. This digital nomad community. And then by meeting others and exchanging ideas and discussing what they're doing, I think it's the best way to get an idea of what you could do.
Yeah, get in touch with people who are already doing it. Yeah, like also before Lorenzo said, the people who have already experience, they can give a very good tip and then exchange some ideas. It's very important to basically meet with people who are already.
Yeah. Meet also, of course, I mean, read all of the blogs. There's a billion blogs out there of people doing it. So True. Even though usually they share most of the good stuff and not so much of the bad stuff, but anyway, you can get some ideas from them.
Yeah, but normally more good.
Yeah, they share the good part.
I mean, also problems. We experience, more good things than.
No, of course. But I'm saying you don't talk about the problems too much. I mentioned one about structuring your day.
Also, relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking before when we were working both outside, we had both different, basically went to the companies, I went to different company. And then when we basically fully, we were able to work together as digital nomads, freelancer. And then we saw that, finally we have enough time for us each other. We're so excited, and then we did have time, but in the end, we were in the same space, but we were not spending time together. So this is actually a new challenge. It was a new challenge that it doesn't mean that we were basically sitting next to each other and working together, but doesn't mean we are spending time together.
Quality time together. Not quality time together, just time sitting next to each other but doing our own thing.
Yeah, so that was basically we had a real big basically tough time. Yeah. And then after that we realized that we decided to really have some time together, not just working together.
Some time together, basically not working. Also, one more thing, and I initially thought maybe it's not that relevant for many, because many digital workers are, let's say, young and let's say single or young couples. But in reality, as things develop, there will be more digital workers like us because we are a family. We have one daughter who is 20-year-old and lives in the Netherlands and does her own thing. But the other one is a son who is 8 years old now, and he was 3.5 when we started. So he lived sailing around the world with us on the boat and with us working at home the whole time. And that's been another challenge because again, when you are in a normal setting where you go to work and he goes to the kindergarten or to school, and then you see him at night a bit and you play, it's one thing. But having our son with us all the time while we are trying to work has been a very big challenge. So we can say it's possible, but again, you need to plan for it. You need to organize activities. It's not to be taken lightly, let's say, and it's been another quite a big challenge.
Mm-hmm.